everyone, it's from the chair, Film and TV. We're here to talk about Michael. Michael stars Jafar Jackson and Juliano Vivaldi as young Michael. And this also stars Carmen Domingo as Joe Jackson. So this movie starts in 1988 and then jumps back to 66, where we meet the young Michael staring out the window wistfully, wishing he could play with the other kids, but he can't because his dad wants him to rehearse. We don't see the start of them kind of starting to sing and stuff. We kind of are in the not the middle but the beginning of it, where he's like trying to get Michael to sing and stuff, and you can see that Joe is just has no real love for Michael, and is just trying to get him to sing, and just you can feel the tension from the word go. The complaints about this movie, I must start from the beginning, is that it jumps around a lot, and it doesn't really show a lot of Michael's past in the right way that people want. Well, I'm sorry, in my opinion, it does, because it shows domestic abuse, which we know happened, and it for someone who knows about abuse, for someone who understands it, it's written and acted so well. Michael's sharp looks to his mum, like, he knowing he's just about to get beaten up or shouted at by Joe. The looks, the sideways looks, the nervous looks are all there. It's just, for people going, oh, well, it jumps around a lot. Yes, it does, because you don't want to see domestic violence. You just presume it happens on a daily basis or bi-daily basis or something. You see Joe beat Michael once, and then you see in a flashback that he's going to do it again over the years. And you don't want to see it again and again and again and again and again. You just know it happens. A, because we know because Michael told us, and B, people who know about it know. And it does show that, Michael, had animals and stuff. So it does show his kind of other childish side, in the way that later on that he wanted to play Twister with his brothers and get bubbles. So the fact that it doesn't show things, it does. This also stars Nina Lang as Catherine Jackson, his mum, who tries to stand up for him, but kind of doesn't have the force. Jafar Jackson plays the older Michael, and he does a brilliant job. I mean, both the young Jackson and older Michael don't sing. They use Michael's vocals with a little bit of them both mixed in, so they say, but I can't really tell. We also have Carolyn Darrell Jones plays Bill Bray, his bodyguard, who was basically a bodyguard for like 25 years. They have a close relationship, and that is, that's kind of a father-son relationship. And you can just see it. You can. This movie is not about Michael Jackson, what happened, what presumed to happen. This is about the abuse of Joe Jackson trying to control Michael's career for as long as he could, for his own sake and the other Jacksons. The Jacksons boys didn't want that, but they kind of went along with it. But this is about Joe Jackson's abuse of Michael and how he got out of it. There are some funny moments, like when Michael says about when he gets bubbles that chimps either hide or they attack, and he's looking right at Joe at that point, trying to tell him that he's a bully without telling him. And the music is done brilliantly. The going halfway through Thriller, seeing the build up to Beat It, bits of Billie Jean from the Grammy Awards, just absolutely brilliant. And then the last two songs from the show, obviously using the bad vocals from the Human Nature from the bad tour instead of the Victory tour because it just sounds differently. And I noticed I got it wrong thinking it was from the Dangerous tour, but it isn't. I think this movie is brilliant. My film of the year. And I would also like to thank my best friend for taking me to this film because if it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have got through that film. It was heart wrenching. It was tough, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got through it. I'm really sorry for the prank, but it was funny. And if anyone doesn't remember, I put up a video about 3 weeks ago pranking about the review of the film, and this is the real review. So again, I want to thank my best friend for taking me to that film because I just don't think I would have emotionally got through it without you being there. There are many times that I can go to a film with certain people, but I'm glad it was you that was there because that made all the difference. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!